Hi guys, welcome back. We are doing Scorpio, your, what is it? Spiritual reading. Okay, um, Scorpios, when I started your meditation, or I guess my meditation, when I actually purged a little bit, and I was crying. And because I was into your guys' energy, and now that I'm doing the reading, it hasn't left. I still feel like I want to cry. I know that it's your energy. So I'm not sure if you guys look, it's like building up like I want to cry. And there's nothing really wrong like in my life, right? Like I'm not saying, normal stuff. Oh, I need to go get toilet paper. I need to go buy dish soap, right? But it feels almost like you need a purge or you are purging something. There's an ending of something, and I even spit. What is going on? Okay, Scorpios, let's start your reading because I have no idea what's happening here. All right, Scorpios. I actually want to do one of these instead of three of these because these got it down. Well, I'll just keep on doing how I was doing it. I'll just do 3 and 3. So you got and spirit. Time to collaborate. Yeah. So I feel like there's you could be a life path 1. You could be on your personal year of 1. Just in case you guys, if you're new to my channel, I rub my nose a lot because when I channel it itches, and that's like a really common thing. So if I'm always rubbing my nose, it's because it itches, like it, especially the more I get downloads. So you could be a life path 1. You could be in your personal life of your personal year of 1. Yeah, nothing is wasted. Vulture spirit. And then brown bear spirit. Take time out. See the big picture. I'm still feeling very heavy in your guys' energy. I'm not sure why, but we'll go deeper into it. So the vulture spirit is 63, which, 6 plus 3 is 9. And then the brown bear spirit is also 9. And then you have 1. So I feel like you're seeing a lot of 9s, but also 1s. I feel like possibly you guys are close to closing out certain cycles, or you guys are close to getting to, depending on what you get, which again we'll go deeper in, you could be reaching some kind of milestone, right? And with Ant Spirit, time to collaborate, I feel like there is something or someone or, some kind of business coming in to help you with some kind of endeavor. I do feel like this has to do with work though, but this could also be someone that's going to help you get to that 10, right? Even if it's, let's say you're getting to the 10 of wands where you're dropping, where when you're getting close to dropping the, look, yeah, trust and stillness. Trust and stillness. The Ant Spirit is very bright. The rest of these cards are very, not dark, but more darker, if that makes sense. And then shining through. Yeah, okay. So it starts with, yes, okay. Magic. Okay, Scorpios, I feel like right now you guys are using your guys' magic. And it is, sorry, what was that? That was weird. I feel like you guys are using your magic right now, and you guys are manifesting something specific, and this could be any any number of things. Okay, this could be a relationship. This could be, you know, a job. This could be a move. This could be, I don't know if you've ever had that feeling where you're living somewhere where it's just so, it's almost like sucking the life out of you. And I've been in that spot. So even moving could be like, a life changing experience, right? A lot of people are trying to do that. So I feel like you guys are at nines. You guys are either coming into something bigger, or you guys are being helped by releasing something, right? And whatever that is, that's actually going to allow you to bring your um, light through purely. I feel like, Scorpios, you guys have been able to do what you're doing and still keep your heart about you, but it still has dimmed a little bit, because as much as we want to try, when we're in, like, say you're living um somewhere where the energy is wrong, or where there's been toxic behaviors, or where there's just like, it's just, when you live somewhere and everything just seems off, or you're going through health issues, or you're going through money problems, all of that puts like a filter on your light, just one filter after another. And even though you're doing your best and you're trying so hard, and you wake up every day and you're doing as much as you can, it really sometimes isn't about what you can do. You can only do so much, right? We can only do so much healing on our own, and then the universe sends people to help us, outside sources, people, jobs, whatever it is, right? And they send you to help get to where you need to go, or to like push you, or amuse, right? With take time out and it being with bear spirit, I feel like they're saying do what you can and then rest. Do what you can and then rest. Because I do feel like even with everything that you're doing, you still feel exhausted. So it's almost like you're still in hibernation. You're about to be woken up. You're still healing, not so much in hibernation. Uh, and when I said that, I saw that gestation. So it's more like a mix of gestation, but also hibernation. Almost like, yes, we know you want things to move and they're about to move, but we need you to heal up as much as you can in every which way possible. That way, once the movement starts, it's going to move quickly, right? So we need you well rested, we need you well healed, we need you having taken care of yourself. So don't bombard yourself with things that are not necessary. And don't overstimulate yourself or put yourself in a state of anxiety because of the things that you feel you lack, right? Everything's going to come in time, um, at exactly the time that it needs to, okay? Yeah, with the trust and the stillness, they're saying be still, allow things to happen right now. I feel like everything is where it needs to be so that this transition can happen. And with time to collaborate, I feel like there is people coming in that are going to help you to collaborate, and this is going to help you push through to finally either release or get to, like, uh, let's say you're going to the 10 of pentacles, right? It's going to be abundance. You're sovereign. You're going to have what you need, right? If it's, the 10 of cups, you're going to find, fulfillment in family and relationships and soul friends, right? um Now, if we're looking at the opposite cards, if we're talking about, we'll just get into it. Let's clarify, and that way we can see what it is that um what it is, right? What it is. And spirit, time to collaborate. I don't know why I smell Chinese food and it's making me really hungry. Oh, you know what? I think my daughter's making a rice. The Eight of Wands. Communication. The Eight of Wands. There's communication coming in. There's communication coming in. Okay. Nothing is wasted, Vulture Spirit. Nothing is wasted, Vulture Spirit. Let's see. The Two of Coins in reverse. I feel like you've made a choice. But nothing is wasted. Whenever we make a choice and we end a cycle, it's almost like the universe uses every part of the carcass, which is like, yeah, okay. But nothing is wasted. You've made a choice, and it was a sacrifice, and it was a sacrifice that was needed, because there was something better that needed to come in. That could be a sacrifice of another relationship. That could be a sacrifice of like eating habits, the things that you do. It could be a sacrifice of a million things. It could be a sacrifice of doom scrolling. It could be whatever, right? It could be a sacrifice of like pinching pennies to save up for the home that you want, or whatever. Um, there was a sacrifice made. There was a choice made, and but not all of that, everything you sacrificed, all of that energy, all of that you put into it, all of that effort is coming back to you. It's just coming back to you in something better, because what you were trying to work towards was not working. It was not going to work for you, at least not now, is what I'm hearing, or at all. But there is a sacrifice that needed to be made, and I feel like you guys have made it, Scorpios. With take time out, let's clarify. Yeah, strength. Yeah, take time out, strength. Take time out, build up your strength. Continue to have that strength. Maybe sometimes you need to release, because yes, things are difficult, but when you release, don't release the trust. Look, with the King of Cups, yeah, you feel like there's no trust with the King of Cups in reverse. I feel like you're losing. You feel like there's nothing out there for you. Like love isn't out there for you. Like you've been working so hard at so many different things and nothing has come to fruition. You feel like nobody is pouring into your cup. You feel like you can't seem to, what's the phrase? You can't win for losing, right? No matter how hard you try, no matter what you do, nothing seemed to be working. They're asking you to trust. If you need to release, release, because yeah, it is difficult being in a state of survival mode, right? It is difficult being in a state of not knowing if you're going to be able to do this or do that, or having been through so many toxic relationships and not starting to not even believe in love anymore, right? But that's the point. That's the point of going through these cycles and going through things. And every single lesson that I've gone through, I know that I needed it, and I know that I've learned so much. And the biggest lesson I've learned is never lose your heart. Never lose your heart, because that is the whole point. That is what they want. Never lose your heart, because who you are, I could say never lose who you are, but the truth is that we evolve. We continue to learn who we really are, and healing does um basically mean unlearning all the falsities and actually learning who you are. So that's why I don't want to say don't lose who you are. Don't lose your heart. Don't lose your good, trusting, loving heart just because some people thought it was cool to play with it. I believe uh, Aries is going into, I can't remember. Is it Aries? No. You guys, you guys probably know what I'm talking about. There's a Aries is going into, I'll Google it. Hang on one second. And basically, it's karma season, right? It's karma season. So if you've been doing the work and you've been keeping your heart and you've been doing everything right, um, you're gonna get what you're owed because you've been working for it. Um, and vice versa. People that have gone there, um, and decided that they can just come in and fuck people shit up and play with other people, the karma is coming for them. Hang on, guys. I had it here and then I lost it. I don't know the dates. It's fine though. It is starting on the 25th or 26th, 25th. And I believe it's Aries that's going into a specific placement. See, this is why I want to learn astrology. This is why I want to study astrology because it really does help. Anyway, it basically is the start of karma season. Hang on, I think I almost found it. Okay, yeah. Let's see. No, I didn't find it. It's okay though. If you guys want to look it up, you guys can. But I know it's starting, I believe, on the 25th. And I'm not even sure how long it goes, but it does start on the 25th, and it is basically we're reaping what we've sown, right? Okay, stillness. Let's clarify stillness. Yeah, it was Aries going into something. I can't remember what it was. This one. The Hermit, stillness. But it's the Hermit in reverse. So I feel like you guys have been hermiting. Like I said, with that bear spirit, you guys have been hermiting, but you guys are going to come out of that. There's a coming out of that because there is something that's coming in and it's going to help you to finally finish and close out cycles, right? I feel like you guys have released what you had to release. I feel like you guys have had tended to your heart. I like to say, you guys have raw dogged your heart space. Um, and so you guys have done the most that you can do healing on your own. Um, After a certain amount of time, the universe has to step in, or you have to go out and you have to meet new people, and you have to come out of hermit mode to continue healing a different way, right? Plus, you're moving into a different chapter. So things are going to be very different, and you're going to start learning different lessons, which are going to help you. I'm just seeing somebody plug a hole, which makes no sense, but basically it's going to be very healing. This learning is going to be very healing, right? Let's clarify shining through. The Queen of Cups in reverse. Yeah, shining through with the Queen of Cups in reverse. Like I said, I feel like you guys have been dimmed. Even your emotions, it feels very jaded, very just very numb, honestly, kind of a little bit. It's almost like numb. But I do feel like you guys have done the work. It's just been so long that, look, with the Three of Cups, you guys haven't like even come together with anybody or anything. I feel like you guys have been hermiting like nobody's ever hermited before, right? To do the healing. But I think it's time because you guys are starting to become part of the environment, right? It's time to get up and start moving and start going out and doing the things that need to do. Not necessarily going out, right? But things are starting to move, and the universe is sending you people that you can collaborate with. so that it helps bring new life into you, right? And even with saying that, maybe you're meeting somebody that's actually, um, it could be, I'm getting this is more in business, right? But it could be somebody that maybe starts with business and turns into a relationship with, new life. Um, and so, yeah, this is something that's going to help you guys get out of that monotone. Do you even hear how I'm doing my reading? It's very monotone. It's almost like um my voice hasn't really changed in the last 20 minutes that I've been doing this reading. That's kind of how it feels. It's almost like um things have dulled a little bit. There's a little bit less color. And I don't feel like it's so much a depression. It's almost like you've been in the same place for too long. It's time to move. Okay? All right, Scorpios, let me get you guys some guidance cards. Okay, this one obviously wants to come out. A time for healing. Okay. A time for healing. Adjustments are required. Yeah, it's time to come out of hermit mode. And then the answers you need are coming. There's a moon, I believe it's a new moon or full moon in Gemini on the 26th. So maybe something about the 26th. Have faith in your dreams. Yeah. So I feel like within this next week, I don't put timestamps on these kinds of readings, but I feel like soon something is going to happen for you guys. And within the next month or so, but I really feel like it's closer than that. Okay, Scorpios, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.